Still ready.
Still ready? I think we're live. I'm gonna write we're good to go now. GLHF. Oh, you're right. It says Kai. No, this is a different Kai. I
Are
think
you sure?
I think Kai is different than Kaya.
That's what I was thinking, but why is his name Kai in chat? And maybe they
And
changed their name recently,
and
and so
Ganatica, Ganatiak.
it's Kaya backwards with a gnat in the front.
Oh, that's what that is. I get it. I get it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why there's a gnat in the front. Or Tang? Kai Tang?
By the way, welcome to. Oh, I have this splash screen say week 4. We are week 5. I went to all the
Wah,
effort of this
wah,
fancy
wah.
splash screen with the clock.
I'm so excited for it too. I didn't even catch that. My apologies.
Well, let me fade from the splash screen to our pick screen. We have tonight Brain Damage versus Slugcats, the top two teams in the Voyager Crusader. What's the other kind of league
No, is
called?
Brain Damage undefeated, or they lost a game? Because I think Slugcats have only dropped one game, right?
I think Slugcats have dropped 1. Brain Damage has dropped 2, I believe. Because
Ooh,
we are not tied for the top. Slugcats is the top team currently. Brain Damage also very top of the heap at this point.
nice, nice.
And
Underlord band, yep.
as
Slugcat.
per usual preference of the Slugcats, they like their dire. I missed the coin toss,
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't look at the coin toss. My apologies.
but
I'm assuming if they had the choice, they picked first pick or Dyer. So are they first pick? They are
they're
not.
their
But they
second
picked
pick.
Dyer.
Yeah, they
Is my
seem to
bet.
prefer dire
I
over.
mean, weren't you saying you had a overwhelmingly uh, better win rate as Dyer? What was your
Yeah,
ratio?
yeah. Unlike my last 20 games, I
Mm-hmm.
have like a 65% win rate on Dire and something like a 55% win rate on Radiant.
Yeah,
I've
I
I've
mean,
been I've been climbing with like 95% of my matches as Lich.
yeah. Uh,
And I am
and we did
now.
determine that pause 4 and pause 5 are two different roles.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, I'm like 50% as pos 4 and much closer to
like 90
65,
something. Yeah.
75%.
It was pretty good. Oh, I mean, it was 2 out of 3 on both of them, right? Like or something like that. So it was like 66% plus on your pause 5 play. Hi, Spirit Breaker, high contention hero these days, even with the recent nerf.
Yeah, yeah. So, picked up by brain damage. We've seen this a lot on the Slugcats. I have not done any homework at all to know if brain damage has been
That was,
playing
that was
this
one of the things I was
as
gonna do, but then
much.
the AC goes out, and what are you gonna do? Like,
I
I got a
spent
tub full of water, and my sink's full of water, and just trying to cool the place down.
I spent as you know the hour before this broadcast playing with this fancy mic. Hopefully the
The
audio.
microphone, the splash screen, way beat out homework. Okay, Hecky, Hecky has been banned out like 9 out of 10 games for Slugcats, right? Is
That's
this the
true.
first game we've gone through?
I think so.
Is it
Now
100% ban pick rate for Slugcats right now? I think it's been
they
banned every single game.
they might have got it through first week, but other than
But I mean,
that,
like, it's always been picked if it's not banned. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it looks like it's a pause 4, pause 5.
I definitely agree with the Underlord ban. Monkey has shown quite a lot. I don't know that it's been super effective. Kind of
Ooh,
hit or miss for Slugcats.
I know what I need to do. I haven't done this yet. We need to actually compile the strats for this league so far and see which, like, because there's a lot of heroes we've seen consistently, but are they actually, is strats saying that they're a high impact? Like, I don't know how much I want to bank off of that, but I
That's
mean,
true. My feel is Spirit Breaker has been high impact. Monkey King has been high pick, medium impact.
yeah, I'm also thinking the Underlord too, because I mean, the problem is if you pick the same hero for every game, then it's going to win you a lot of games if you're winning, right? And it's going to
Yeah,
lose you a lot of games if you're losing.
yeah, yeah. No matter if you have a high win rate as a team, whatever heroes you pick show high win rate.
Yeah, and you're like, man, I've been winning with Underlord a lot. Yeah, we've been winning as a team a lot. Is there a correlation? Probably, not necessarily. So
gonna.
Techies. I mean, I feel like this is only the first or second game they've been able to pick techies, but I feel like it's been banned every single game.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. No one likes playing against that new. What's the Suicide Crash called? Blast off.
What stuff?
No
The
one
new
likes
blast
playing
off
against the
stuns
blast
instead
off.
of silences. Yeah.
AOE stun without an axe.
And you have just so much like just harass with your bomb, your sticky bomb, or really just like wee. It's like it's a zero committal harass. It's just like I threw it. Oh, I missed. Okay, I'll just throw another one in 4 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, the correct answer to play against techies harass though in lane is stay near the creeps because a pause four will hesitate to blast the creeps or should hesitate to blast the creeps. So when you're out standing in the back over by the range creep, he's more likely to throw a bomb at you, or if you're in the tree line, he won't hesitate to try to hit you with his sticky bomb. But if you're hanging out by the creeps, he's just gonna piss off his pause three.
Yeah, and the wave's gonna push, and
Yep, and then that techies has to spend more time pulling instead of harassing you. So hang out in the lane with the creepies.
good tip. I've seen him in my pubs, and yeah, he's moderately annoying. The lane is definitely more annoying in how I've seen him played in the pubs. He can definitely have high impact played correctly throughout the match.
There's one game I was playing techies, and this was I think this was one of those ancient um, maybe one of those ancient average ones. Anyway, there's this Medusa. She just randomly died to a bomb blast off combo, and me and my pause three just kind of looked at each other like, wait, what? What did you do to her? I didn't do anything to her. What did you do? Like she just went from 100 to 0 because she just has so few hit points,
Does she have
and
no?
she just
She
didn't
had her
toggle her
magic shield
shield back
off.
on. Yeah, she caught her with her pants down, just poof,
Oh,
gone.
120 hit points, gone in a breath.
Yep, and a breath. Just a blast. It was just a blast off from the trees. It was just like, hey, I'm just gonna harass her a little bit. Wee! And wait, where'd she go? Where is she? Did
Now,
she get away?
I don't understand how she was rejiggered with the Dota 3 update, but it seems like even late game, her health pool is so low. Like I saw some ridiculous videos of late game Medusa getting one shot axe dunked.
Really?
I mean, maybe they
Because the
had.
dunk goes through the shield. Because if they weren't at 100% hit points,
Yeah, yeah.
interesting.
It's just hit point removal, and if she's below the threshold of I think 250 at level one, 350 at level two, or 450 at level three, or something like that.
Interesting. I haven't. I mean that Medusa had to be a little behind or not bought good items because the Medusa you should be buying stat items, not just datalists and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So you should be buying the Scotties and stuff like that.
Right.
All right.
Those items that give you strength.
So we have Tide Hunter now. Is this Ogre? That's probably a mid Lena? Or is that a Pause 3 Ogre? Because we've seen Pause 3 Ogre recently. I don't know if it's getting good.
It's been
But people
underwhelming
like
for sure,
yeah.
but it's a thing. People say it's a thing, but I think Ogre's biggest impact are his spells. You can cast your spells as a pause three, but that's not how they build them. They
So because none of these heroes is a Pause 1, unless we're playing Pause 1 Ogre, which I actually think Pause 1 Ogre is more legit than Pause 3 Ogre. I'm not gonna lie.
oh really?
Um, there's their Pause 1. Yep. So one of those first three heroes has got to be the two, unless we're playing five. I can see a 5 Ogre, stun into spin,
It's
and that puts.
they could be saving a support for their last pick.
I think it's a
I'd like to
go
think
ahead.
this is Alina mid.
Yeah, Lena mid, but then I still think that could be an Ogre 5 and a Spirit 4. So I mean this it feels pretty versatile though. Like unless you and me didn't do any scouting. Hopefully Slugcats has a better idea
Hopefully they know
of
where
what.
Lena's fitting in.
Yeah.
How do you
I
feel about Tidehunter? I've seen this on Vitruvius's
so,
match history. I've never seen him play it
so
though.
this Tide Undying is what I'm looking at because you and I and Vit were talking about this earlier today. Winter Wyvern with Undying, you hold people still in your zombie button gravestone. That's the word,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. You
So
tombstone.
Tide kind of fits a little better, like fits that same kind of role. It's just a little more loosey goosey. So if they start, you know, focusing on the tombstone, then Tide could say, "Hey, you're gonna be punished for this because you're all clumped up." And then if they start running away from it, then he can maybe hold them in it with his ult.
Mm-hmm.
Like the the Undying is an area threat, and Tide has one of the biggest AOE stuns in the game.
Yeah,
So you don't have to aim very tightly with that ultimate.
I really like that concept where there's heroes that punish when you clump up, so you don't want to clump up. But then you throw down a tombstone, and that encourages the enemy team to clump up because they want
Either focus
to
or
hit
leave
it.
the area.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they leave the area, suddenly they might be strung out and you can pick them off because you've got the techie slow and the Tide Hunter slow. So if all of you start running away, we just slow one of you and pick off I don't have to run faster than the dinosaur. I just have to run faster than my teammate. All right. So that's a Legion mid. Devil. Does
I
Devil
believe,
play
yeah,
Legion?
we've. Did we see that? I know we've seen it picked up.
I feel like we saw that, but every time I see Legion mid, I think of Kaya. So my memories
Yeah,
are a little.
they. Where did they play it when they picked it up last? They might have moved
They go one.
Devil.
No, they did go one. I think it was Rusk Daddy played it as a one, as a Legion. Yes. Because I remember he dueled like a PL and just ate him alive
Okay.
in the side lane. Yeah. That's a one Legion, I think. So Slugcats is missing a two. For Slugcats, I've seen stay in an area, fight in an area, don't come into our jungle, surprise I gotcha. So I feel like we need a surprise you die, like some sort of nuker. Techies is kind of like that. But Undying and Tide and Legion are pretty good people to just stay out and be seen, right? So
So
I want someone from the shadows.
we need some strong damage, and it looks like Bloodseekers taken,
They're
Chronoface
betting at
taken.
ones. Why are they betting at ones? I don't think they realize. I'm pretty sure that's a one Legion. Oh, Shadow Fiend. So I was gonna suggest Shadow Fiend, but the Slugcats banned it. So and it looks like Slugcats thinks it's a mid or a one. Like everyone, no, those are just the last two are banned. Sorry, they think it's a mid still.
So they think
So they
that's
think
a support Lena and an offlane ogre.
I mean, or a three Lena, but that's just crazy talk.
Hmm. Well, I think this
I think we
Legion.
could pull that off with the Spirit Breaker Magi though.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Just play two right clicks. Maybe Lena can go a little more nuky from the offlane. I mean, I've played a pause three Zeus before, so I'm not like and won successfully. I'm not against these weird pause threes sometimes.
Right. Not every pause three has to be the tanky initiator. That just means you
Yeah.
need tank and initiation on other roles.
Yes, on your fours and fives. All right, so I don't know this lineup for brain damage then.
Yeah, I'm hard pressed to see Shadow Demon anywhere but a pause five.
Either they're going double melee in the off lane with a Magi Spirit Breaker, which is what I think it's going to be, or Shadow Fiend could be the four. Yeah, Shadow Fiend the four, Spirit Breaker, or Spirit Breaker the three, and Magi the five. That's how I would play it, but I have no idea what brain damage is going to do.
Yeah.
Either way, I think brain damage lineup is pretty solid. I don't see any issues here. We don't have much containment, but you have a lot of stuns, right? You got the initiation stuns from Ogre and Spirit Breaker, and you've got the follow up stun from Lena, and then you've got the Shadow Demon initiation with Dispersion. It's not really like Blinky, so I think you might get Spirit Breaker strung out a little too far ahead of his team because he got a lot of slow players behind him, but they're all like Lena can go fast. Juggernaut can go fast. But just no one's gonna be blind blink daggers on the side of brain damage. And that is a mid Legion. I was wrong. They were right.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen Devil take his mid hero into the safe lane. He did that with Monkey one time.
Could have sworn it was Rush Daddy playing the Legion that one game though. It's fine. So I think there's just a little too much. Like everyone on Slugcats initiates, and no one really follows ups. So I don't know if they're going to have enough damage to finish off some of these beefy ogre magi's and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, KS Knights, he's got the damage. But Legion will have to snowball and help with that carry. That CK is not the hardest of carries, so we'll.
Well, I mean, like, but he's a what am I saying? Like, they're all frontliners, right? Every single we got 4 melees and a techies.
Yeah. Now, in the next 2 seconds, tell me what you think about this ogre pirate
I
with
mean,
the
Ogre Pirate is the best by
parrot
far. No, there's no contest
belt.
here.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Absolutely no contest.
But I do love the elephant techies. Elephant techies is fun.
I mean, pachyderms are good, and it's pink elephants on parade. Here they come.
Everyone loves the bald Lena.
No one loves the bald Lena.
Everyone loves to play the bald Lena, but it just
That
doesn't look
that's
good.
probably true. That's probably. All right, let's see if we see the classic smoke and bloodbath at the beginning.
I see no smokes in inventory. It's because they've already popped them. Nope, no one's
No,
smoking.
not smoke. I think they had a bad experience a couple of games ago, and just like, you know what, that wasn't worth it. Let's never do that again.
Yeah, I
I do see an observer ward rush to the middle.
yeah. Devil loves doing this. He usually does it with a smoke. He'll smoke out of the fountain just so he can put this on the
Okay, so
other
I
side.
had a game. I had to mute this guy in the first 30 seconds of the game. There was a mid sniper. He bought a smoke, both observer wards, would not pass over an observer ward, smoked to the middle, and placed an observer on right where this observer is right now, and
Uh-huh.
mirrored on the other side, like
Where
two mid
where
wards.
Lena's is too.
And he got upset that I placed my sentry on the enemy high ground and got the gold for the enemy observer. I mean, I was arguing with this guy before the horn even started, and I muted him before the horn started. It was just,
What is there to be mad about? Jeez.
yeah, taking both the observers mid. Nothing bad ever happened with that.
Huh.
Speaking of observers war, we got a 5-man, 5 bodies here from Slugcats hanging out, trying to gank whoever comes through this room.
Yeah,
Oh
Undying.
man,
Just maybe
if they
scout a
don't
little
come to the
bit,
room, okay, they're gonna split it 2-2.
which should be seen. Yeah, they are going to get the two, and if they're quick, they can go up to their high ground and get that one as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why Radiant didn't go for the high ground one. Like, they should have known to look. You always look. Good
Yeah,
job. 3 bounties to Slugcats.
yeah. Spirit Breaker really should have gone there to check out this
Like,
ward.
it's not like you're gonna die if you see two. Like, it usually takes 4 bodies to kill someone before the horn.
And I think they
3
saw all
usually.
5 Slugcats. They were all visible.
I don't think they saw them all. We saw them all, but they only saw 2 of them when they went for the bottom bounty, and I don't know if they passed through this middle ward before.
I thought they were under Lena's ward.
I guess they would have. Yeah, I guess they all had to pass past that ward. You're right. My apologies. Speaking of that ward, man, it's got that little clock spinning thing on it. I want that one.
So,
Alright.
how do we do with predicting? This Lena is mid. And we've
So
got.
Lena should harass the mess out of Legion. Legion should struggle. Lena gives a lot of people a hard time mid.
Yeah, her spells.
Are we
do a
doing
lot
the
of
double
damage.
cam thing? Am I about landing top lane?
I don't have you streamed in Discord. So
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
We are not set
You
up
want
to
to
do
do that
that.
now?
Let's mess around with the next match.
Okay.
But we have Spirit Breaker as the offlaner. Is what it would appear. He's got gloves and no wards.
I mean, Spirit Breaker 3 is much more classic than the Ogre thing. The Ogre thing's pretty new. Yeah, I think that's what I eventually figured out. Ooh, there's a long pull from Ogre to behind the tower.
This pole, easy camp.
Why did
safe
Judd?
lane, pole
Oh,
bottom.
Judd buggered it.
It's such an
No,
easy
dude.
pull to do. I love it. You can get it at 15 on the left side. You can get it at 18, all the way up to 19 on the right side. It's so easy to not miss that.
Right, but he didn't pull. He pulled the lane creeps back.
Oh. Tombstone is up. Spirit Breaker escapes just by running away.
Yeah, charge to another lane and then walk back.
Yeah. And I
We have a
think
lot of blood grenades still sitting in inventories. 3 of them.
this was almost a kill from Roxy on both of these Spirit
2
Breaker.
blood grenades in the slug off lane. Speaking of which, Techies is about to die.
Techie out.
Techie's
Nope.
being. Techie's alive. Tide is alone. Tide should be careful. His wave's under tower.
It's doing that damage. If Ogre went and caught him, I think they could get a spin to win on him.
Yeah. I mean, they'd already committed a lot of spells on the techies, but they definitely could have done something there. It's a lot of time lost for poor techies, though. TPing back home, it's almost better to die sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Ogre pinging out the Lotus Fountain. Your 3-minute job as a support is so busy.
Yeah. Do I go to the fountain? Do I go to the bounty? Do I pull? Do I stack?
Caught this Shadow Demon with the stun and the decay, and that's just too much for him.
Was that first blood?
That was first blood.
Nice.
Looks like we're about to get second blood unless this Legion can lifesteal some health. Nope.
Yeah. Oh, and a bottle refill for the Lena?
Oh.
Nope.
I think it refilled. Yeah.
It gave tangos accidentally. There we go. Bottle's full. That was nice. Good use of your, like, you got first death, but you filled the bottle for mid after they got a kill. So that means the mid player gets to keep farming instead of recovering. Because usually what happens on the mid versus mid, if you kill them, you usually have to back off and heal up a bit.
Yeah, it costs all your resources to get that kill, and then they come back full, and you're weak.
And suddenly you're in dire straits, yeah. Last hit-wise, we've got Chaos Knight leading the pack by a fair bit. Spirit Breaker's kind of not doing well. Tide's doing a little worse than Spirit Breaker, though.
Yeah, both of these safe laners doing well.
Well, Juggle's not the top of the pack. But Tide is the bottom of the pack, so... Oh, there goes... Never mind. I must have missed a wave. He must have had a wave behind tower or something.
He's got a whole free wave right here, and...
Yeah, and it was farming
and
creeps. Okay. So, kind of like where Radiant... Bottom lane Radiant Observer. I don't think I'd ever check that as dire.
What does that give you?
Gives you pull camp.
You can
see them pulling. You can't see the camp, but you can see the creeps diverting. Most of the time.
And you can
see how far it reaches up?
Yeah, and there's just a
it reaches
little
up
bit
to the top.
Of trees.
Yeah.
You can see there's just a little space right here where the creeps are fighting too.
Right, but I mean up top, usually you either pull that side lane either right above the tree line or right through the tree line, and that observer can see it both. I'd like to see it a little higher. It also sees the fountain area, the well.
Yeah, that's nice. All these new objectives you have to watch.
Yeah. Those 3-minute objectives, and I think that ward was actually dropped around that 3-minute mark too. So.
I thought I saw some Chaos Knight illusions, but he does not have Phantasm yet. Oh, those were Shadow Demon illusions. That's
Chaos Knight's got his armlet already sent out to him, right? Is that what this is being delivered right now? Oh, what's the last piece of armlet?
Blades?
Yeah. Oh, the recipe. He's got it queued up in his by order weird.
So I just missed a Lena gank bottom. Looks like Lena ganked bottom and they were able to get techies, yeah.
Techies is level 3 at 6.5 minutes. Not the worst. Definitely not the best.
Let's see, he is...
Undying's also 3.
Yeah, he's about a level behind his offlaner.
And Shadow Fiend's 3. The only support that's anywhere is Ogre at 4. Because we all know we've been level 3 or 4 at the 10-minute mark.
We do have a duel ready to go on Legion Commander, though his health
Legion's out of
is
resources?
Not good. Yeah.
No mana. Like, you can barely even cast duel right now. So, I don't know what Legion waiting for an item before she does her first duel.
Got Blade Mail queued up.
Maybe walking to base and TPing out. Problem is, this mid lane's going to be free for Lena, and Lena can respawn teleport because she's about to get the 8-minute rune. No, Legion should be out by then.
Yeah, so he went back to base to get a smoke, and we'll see where he TPs to get his duel.
I'll go top. Top's pushed in. Yeah.
Nope, he chooses bottom.
Dang it.
Easy duel
Duel
on
on
the
the ogre.
ogre, followed by the blast off.
Victory. Very nice. Good job.
Low
Problem
res.
is, so the job to remind your team that Legion has duel is the mid.
Yeah.
Mid is 6. Mid is missing. Mid is duel. Like,
Right. I didn't see any pinging from Lena, but they are on comms presumably. And,
yeah. I just saw Jug ping at one point, nothing else.
Lena, item wise, almost has boots of travel. About another 600 away from boots of travel.
She's just going stick travel. That seems pretty fair.
And what's in
She got a
this?
barrier rune just now. Yep.
Oh, that looks funky in the bottle. I guess
Does
just
it regenerate?
unfamiliar.
Why does that bottle symbol look weird?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Rune shield bottle.
So
Tidehunter in trouble. TPing out.
He looked like he was TPing, but okay. He looked like he was TPing forward though. I was so confused.
The stun from Fire Blast must have just barely come online.
Well, see, that's what I'm seeing them doing. They're really good about not trying to TP until they see the stun.
Mm-hmm.
So Ogre needs to maybe find a way to put more pressure and save the stun for later.
Right.
Does Ogre have his armlet coming, or he just has a random gauntlets of strength he's not doing anything with?
Well, you would see an armlet on a Pos 5 ogre?
So Jug has ult. It can't kill a Tide at this point, but it could kill a Techies. Legion's coming down for a duel. Duel on the Jug, maybe?
This Jug is duelable if they can bait him out.
This isn't Invis Legion.
Invis rune? No, smoke rune. Okay.
Oh, that's out of smoke? Oh, not Invis? Okay.
Smoke popped.
Because she walked up to the tower.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they see you. Obviously, they see you.
Yeah, he's going in anyway.
They're diving under the tower.
Ravage goes down. It
Dual damage. Ooh, two.
gets the duel
to the
and
Legion.
dies. It looked
That
like
was close.
when the Techies stun didn't land, when the blast off didn't land, he ran back, but then the Vitruvius hit the Ravage. It felt like that was a little bit of miscommunication. If he was yelling, "I have Ravage, go, go, go," then he may have been able to pull that off with time to live.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to communicate. It should be like, hey, if I hit, like, I don't know. It's definitely hard to communicate that, hey, here's the plan, but if something misses, when do we abort? what's
Right.
the abort protocol?
Good on him to abort when he saw the blast off not land, but Ravage was, I think, the more important piece of that.
I mean, the duel is important. It is only 10 damage right now, but 10 damage at this point in the game. Like, as a Legion, you feel really annoyed if you go farming dual damage and you don't get it. But normally what you do is you farm dual damage and you go farm camps. Right now, Legion's just hanging out middle. Like, you can't face this Lena, so let her shove the wave while you hit a camp, and then come back for the wave when it's under tower, because Legion just lost half her hit points for no good reason.
2 points in Fiery Soul, and that just hurts. Lena, teleporting top. Space Cow ultimate. Are we going to hit Phantasm? Will that get you out of there?
It's like a manta dodge. Oh, nope.
I was just going to say one more spell will do it, and one more spell did.
Yeah, and she could have even just sticked Laguna Blade if she really wanted to, but I'm pretty sure Laguna Blade has a very short range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the problem is you've got this this Boots of Travel Lena on the map all of a sudden, and she has lots of spells. She doesn't have much mana.
I think they pinged out Legion. Yeah, set up with this. Follow up with that.
Strike Laguna. And the charge, yeah. Like we said, that I mean, you got 2 setup stuns with the Shadow Demon and the Spirit Breaker, and then you have the Ogre setup, and then you got the follow-ups in the Lena and or the Spirit Breaker.
Right, there's lots of ways to hold them in place.
Yeah, you can order those spells in a lot of ways to reach a lot of good outcomes.
Yes, I mean, getting bullied here again, top.
It's fun to set up the perfect. Oh, he's dead again. That was there's a walk of shame. Usually at this point, if I've died, as I don't play carry very often, but if I died as carry, it's like, hey, who's coming up here to make this safe for me, or am I going somewhere else? Like I do not TP back to my lane until I have confirmation of help. Ogre's about to die, maybe. Light strike misses.
Yeah, this is good TP from Lena. She can really clean this up. She has Laguna Blade
Side.
up soon, but no mana. Should be able to finish off. Oh,
I mean,
maybe.
she wants to travel. She should just be able to keep walking. Yeah,
There we go.
she can just walk him down.
That Dragon Slave does so much damage.
Yeah, and that far from the tower. It is a max dragon slave. She is level 10. Legion in the enemy jungle just hanging out.
Yeah, this safe below the lane jungle.
So you remember that half the health bar that Legion lost in the middle? Legion has not recovered that half the health bar yet.
Duel is back
pretty
up,
sure-
and another smoke is in her inventory.
I think she's waiting for something to show in this bot lane here. So you have to remember that if you're putting lots of pressure on the enemy safe lane, then they're putting lots of pressure on your safe lane. Or they can put a lot of pressure on your safe lane because you don't have any bodies up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like they rotated techies up here, and Chaos Knight is now doing the middle / jungle camp, which I don't know how efficient that is for pause ones these days. You got a duel bottom. Dueled a little early, maybe. I don't know if Blastoff's
Right.
going to hit.
And it
Oh,
did. I
close.
thought that was early duel also. It might have gotten
I mean-
late. You have to risk, am I going to get the kill, or are they going to get
Yeah.
away?
It's what do you want out of this? Do you want the kill? Do you want the dual damage, or do you want to gamble on both? So I feel the duels have been successful, and even though Chaos Knight has died twice, his last hits are up. Let's check net worth though.
Nice deny on that damage rune.
So Lena is really rocking the world. So the two
Yeah,
mids
the,
are the top net worth and
4
the bottom net
kills.
worth on the board.
4 kills,
Yeah.
that's worth a bit of gold.
Especially when you kill cores. Like killing supports gets you a lot less gold than killing the enemy's highest net worth, because the gold you get is based on the enemy net worth, not their level, not anything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Smoke and blade melt. See, I like it when one of the cores on my team buys the smokes, because the pause 4, the pause 5 should not have to buy it. So I don't know if blade melt's gonna. Oh, no dual damage.
Lena's trying to
think-
decide if it's worth it. That blade mail is good against Lena. Make her think
It's
twice
not
about casting all
good
the
against the Shadow
spells.
Demon. You get like 2, maybe 3 attacks off during it, and they're piddly ones. All right, we got all of Dire bottom. Chaos Knight is hanging out here too. Why do we have 5 bodies bottom? I guess Radiant has all their bodies mid, so it's not like anyone's taking advantage of this clumping.
I mean, it seems kind of early to take this bottom tier 2.
Yeah, what are you pushing the tower with? You don't have a Jakiro. You don't have illusions. I mean, Chaos Knight's got illusions, but he doesn't have the ult ready. Like, you don't have Manta illusions.
Well,
You don't have a Drow. You don't have a Sniper.
They're gonna pick up this Shadow Demon, I think. Do they? I don't know if they see it.
Maybe, but like, you're not going to take the tower.
We do have our.
Look, you did 10% damage to the tower. What was it worth of having all our bodies down here?
Yeah, and being below the tower, below the lane seems kind of interesting. I
Mid
might.
charge, mid dead by Roxy.
Oh no. Yeah. I might have preferred to see them set up in the jungle and get a kill like on this ogre.
Yeah, but the problem is you can't have 5 bodies in the bottom jungle because you're just losing net worth overall.
Yeah.
Yes, they sent Undying mid, but Undying's not going to survive on his own. I would rather you take your triangle, their bottom jungle, and your tippy top jungle is what I'm going to call it. What do we call these?
the beside the lane.
The up, down, left, rights, and then we got top, bottom, left. We need more words.
Can we call
Charge
it
mid?
the frontage road?
Don't duel.
No.
Did he just?
Good
Okay,
Laguna
no.
Blade. That was not a duel. Rampage down. That rampage would have been great about 10 seconds earlier, but
Omni
just
slash.
was not there. Good use of Omni Slash to
Rampage being
clean up.
Ravage, right? We just lost 4 bodies.
I'm sorry, it's Ravage.
I was like, who's getting the Rampage?
The other R.
So Ogre is going for a Midas, which I think is a perfect call. Ogre is just Midas. Ever since they made it so Midas guarantees a neutral item, I've never stopped taking it out ogre. Like there's some games it's like, oh maybe I don't get it, but now that it has that, it's just like,
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, that is worth.
how do you say no? Because if you can get it before the 17-minute mark, that means you wait for your first use at 17 minutes, and you guarantee your team one, maybe two items, like just immediately, and you just get it in passing. You don't have to sit there and farm. You just walk past the camp, press the button, pick up the neutral item, and move on.
Whoa! Shadow Demon just walked into a mine and died. Hate it when that
Nice,
happens.
nice. Now I want to see if JJ Knox sets up for the 20-minute because they are dire,
I believe.
so he can actually do the star pattern correctly on the tormentor. You can auto kill it when it spawns at 20.
Why does
I think you
dire
need
matter?
because you can't place it in the so you see this little symbol, the little circle gate thing
Yeah.
on Radiant, it's not passable. You can't place it there. On Dire, you can walk over it and you can place bombs on it. I don't know why. Something
Huh.
in the code, but the Radiant doodad does not allow a bomb on it, and the Dire doodad does.
So you can do most of the damage, but not all. And the tormentor heals so quickly. If you can't do most, then or if you can't do all, it's not worth it.
Right, because it heals so fast. But what you can do is, if your team's willing, you can still put a bunch of bombs down and say, hey, I don't think I'm going to kill it. Can we get 2 or 3 bodies here? And then everyone just casts one spell and it dies like 2 seconds after it spawns. Because you do 60 to 70% of the life of the Tormentor.
Charge on this Legion.
There are a lot of bodies down here. Lena coming in.
We
We
have-
see a Laguna Blade waiting for the duel, trying to bait out the duel. Nope. I'm pretty sure they're like, you going to duel me? You going to duel me?
Yeah. Once the demonic purge was down, I think that was not the time to duel.
Okay, so I think we're running into this problem where I said Dire had four initiating melees. They all think they're strong enough to stand in lane because they're used to having a bunch of squishy ranged people behind them to save their lives. I didn't see who was behind. Like, did Dire have someone behind that Legion, or was Legion solo?
Techies might have been there. I think Vitruvius was there above the lane with
Because-
Ravage, but here's
There's a duel. How did
Oh.
the duel get cleansed?
he had his bulldoze on, so it didn't last very long.
Oh, that's some sick tech.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Half duration duel, 40% duration
Yeah.
duel. Nice.
60% status resist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Duel is considered a status. Your status
Fair.
is being dueled.
Hey guys, they got a tower. They
Smoking-
smoked immediately. I think you had to wait 2 more seconds for that smoke because I'm pretty sure they had vision of it.
Yeah,
Orange
yeah.
line is that's ogre, right?
So
Yeah.
They should have seen the smoke happen.
They did see the smoke happen
And
because as a creep dies or as a tower dies, it maintains vision for about 1 heartbeat, 2 heartbeats.
both this Lena and this Jug hiding.
Yeah, the problem is they yeah.
Oh.
Judge just says I call.
Ooh.
I'll call your bluff.
Full to zero. Duels the spinning
Duels
Jug.
the
That's a
spinner.
little bit ballsy with your Spirit Breaker right there.
They did kill the creep that Lena was teleporting to, so she's not in this fight. Oh, now she is.
If
I
Spirit
forgot.
Breaker,
She was in the tippy top jungle.
yeah. In the frontage road of.
I don't know what frontage road means. I know I should know what it means.
I don't think it's
Like back alley.
It's like
Like-
the
like-
road
like
that
a
goes
service
beside
lane?
the freeway. Yeah, kind of the service road.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a all the way across the U.S. thing. Anyway, big
Okay,
fights
so-
happening.
We are just the ants are marching one by one, and some miscommunication and poor timing here.
Yeah, that was not the charge Ravage. That was the I'm getting the heck out of here Ravage. And Roxy read
No,
that
but
wrong.
so I think the mindset was, okay, we're a 5-man team. We're ready to fight. I'm gonna ravage. Oh, I died. Okay, I rezzed. I'm back. We can fight now. Wait, my team's dead. Crap. Ravage still? Like, you know what I mean? Like there shouldn't have been people shouldn't have been in this upper area until your team rezzes. Like once you lose a fight in one side of the map, you evacuate that side of the map until everyone can come back in force. Or until you see the enemy team split up.
That was
Because you knew they were all there.
that was a good
Sorry,
ballsy
what?
blink by the Legion, but he had to have known that he stay there.
Right, because five people are the enemy are still here, and your team still hasn't res. Like, dude,
And, and now your team comes and saves you and dies.
so you have died 8 times, one by one.
You see the tippings going back and forth. I think this Legion is a little bit upset.
Is there tipping? I don't see any tips.
When Legion dueled the Lena and got her under tower, the tip immediately came out, and then
That's weird. I don't see that. I'm not seeing tips on my interface right now. I
oh,
thought that
interesting. No, and then Spirit Breaker came and charged Legion.
Guys, you like respect your teammates. If your teammate is dead, you are now 50% weaker. If you have one teammate dead, let's just assume that. Like that's the metric you should go on. I am now half the hero I am because one of my teammates is dead. So if two of my teammates are dead, I am now 10% the hero I was before. Like that's how the math works out. No, I'm serious. Like because the way CC, like the ratio of CC but both teams have and damage, like your chance of winning is now half, taking the 4v5, give or take. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
err on the side of I am a noodle. I am a overcooked noodle. Not I am a kraken in a half shell.
And you need the rest of your team to complement your noodle with the sauces and the garlic bread and the
Oh yeah, see there. I like this analogy.
and the little sprinkles of Parmesan
Spaghetti is
cheese.
just noodles. Like
Yeah.
who eats spaghetti without cheese or sauce? Spaghetti is a package deal.
Who wants the ham carbonara minus the ham? Ugh.
No, seriously, I think that's a good way of looking at it. I like that because you can have just ice cream. So Sunday analogy doesn't work, but spaghetti, who eats just the sauce? Who eats just the noodles?
Yeah.
It's not worth eating without cheese.
I mean, those carbs just aren't even worth it.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I'm sorry, guys, but it was serious. It was 10 deaths. I think that the number went to 10. I think next time we're gonna have an ant counter. Okay, can we add that to the stream next game? I could be in
think
charge
we
of
can
it.
figure that out.
Be on my screen somewhere. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but when either team starts stagger deathing, we're gonna call it the ants go marching. And the nice thing is for Radiant is they never took the tower, so Dire just kept trying to defend it, and so Radiant just stacked up more and more kills.
I mean, they got 2 duels out of it, but 2 duels sandwiched with deaths.
A dual death sandwich.
Yeah. We
Okay,
are.
I don't know which orange that is. Is that the Techie's orange or the Ogre orange?
Orange
It's
doing
gotta be
what?
the Techie's orange. Saying come up top, they're going for Roche.
Mm.
But you see, there's 2 observer wards between Dire and the Radiant Roche going on. They're gonna see you coming to defend. Yep. Now they see you. They know you're coming. They're making decisions about whether to stay or whether to go.
Spirit Breaker trying to send a smoke screen.
They're saying push, kill it, kill it.
I don't think they're going to make it in
Now
time.
it's gonna be close. There's some dispersions. Yep.
Good duel.
Yeah, you got to do on a support.
but
Congratulations. You're gonna lose the team fight now.
Nice Ravage.
It's a lot of bodies. People start retreating, maybe. Nope. We're on the high ground. We're fighting.
Aegis blown
Yes, doing
immediately.
damage.
I
Jug
don't-
comes back up. What does Jug have spells wise? Nice.
Well, IB, they pulled that off.
That was good.
We have the meme hammer on Tidehunter. I didn't see that before.
I haven't paid him close enough attention to see what he's. I'm assuming it's just Ravage straight into the meteor hammer, or him and Techie, since they're they hang out a lot together. Techie's
sure.
like, okay, I'm blasting off here, and he's like, okay, I'll drop a meteor hammer right behind your blast off.
Yeah, that meme hammer came down before Blink and Pipe Blink as well. Blink
Yeah,
is not the
meteor
full
hammer's
part of
good
the kit.
farming item. It's a good health and mana regen.
Power
and
pushing.
It can push towers and it can farm camps. So, people can stack camps and you can just clear it with a meteor hammer as well. And Tidehunter already has really good AoE too, so it's just you can just melt through camps really fast in waves.
Now, one thing I noticed a second ago, take a look at Spirit Breaker's items. Oh, I saw it before he had the Ag Scepter. All he had was this Phase Boots and an Octarine Core. But now
Okay.
he's got Phase Boots, Octarine Core, Ag Scepter. Ag Scepter I do
You
love
must have had a
for Spirit Breaker.
Vanguard too, and the broker for the Ags.
Can you do that?
I mean, why wasn't he? I mean, why would he just have a random ring of health? Did he have a random ring of health? Maybe
No,
his
he.
Ags were inferior or something. Okay. Techies and Chaos Knight trying to take a fight here. We don't have Ravage. We do have a Tombstone. Chaos Knight is pretty beefy. I mean, Jug has similar net worth, but Chaos is super tanky.
He's got the heart. Yeah. Yeah,
like
those
that
are the
early heart.
wrong two targets to Omni right there. Do
Yeah.
They have they don't have their BKB piercing stun, so he can spin away. Retreating to the Tombstone.
Yeah, I don't think I didn't realize that Chaos had his heart. He had the heart before that Roche fight, right? That's what made the difference in that Roche fight.
Must have been,
Because
yeah.
he just stood his ground in that entire Roche fight and took like
He went
no
in head
carry.
first to the four men that were in the pit.
Yeah, and he came out fairly healthy from it too. Let's see, why is that the case? Because we got Ogres just dots and stuns. Lena should be able to melt through it, but I didn't see her get controlled in that last fight. She must have been though, because there was a Ravage and there was a Blast Off.
Did Lena die in that mid fight just now?
Oh, did she not die? Did she leave or run away or something?
I don't know.
No, not the mid fight. I was talking about the Roche fight.
Okay.
I'm still thinking back on the Roche fight because the Roche fight was the turning fight, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the mid fight was the cleanup afterwards.
I mean, the mid fight, it looked okay, except for that it started with Legion getting caught by Spirit Breaker and dying.
Yes. Harpoon. I have seen first item Harpoon just tear a game wide open.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember what hero it was, but it was all Omni Knight. Omni Knight went first item Harpoon.
Omni Knight Harpoon. I've seen it like on Slark. I've seen it on. Because Omni Knight, he's not a right clicker, is he?
I mean, but he wants to be in melee to blast you, right?
Yeah.
So he hooks you in, stuns you, and then blasts you with his heal, and suddenly you're just dead.
So we're gonna
Because
trade
Omni
this.
Knight's usual problem is getting close to you, and Omni Knight does right click fairly okay and is a strength hero. So the Harpoon being that double hit Echo Saber is what really seals the deal on the he's suddenly in melee, he can't miss in melee, and he can just queue up all his spells. He can just you can from a distance click Harpoon on someone, then say shift stun them and shift heal yourself, and the game will execute it for you perfectly.
Do any of the Omni spells buff his right clicking?
Yeah, his strength gain and status resistance.
Strength gain, that's right.
It's still strength gain, right?
Yeah.
So you strength gain yourself, and then you queue up all those buttons in the correct order on a target that you see, and suddenly you just blink from the tree line, and they're dead.
That sounds pretty cool.
It's very wombo-y. It's very painful. I saw it like 2 or 3 people on our team just could not be envisioned because the online was just like nom nom tasty.
Was that?
And then if he
plus
bites
3?
off more than he can do, he just ults and walks away. So
That was a pause 3 Omni.
yeah, it was +3 on him. Then he gets a radiance, and it's game over, man. Because then I think his he's got a shard or something that slows everyone around him, right? So you get a radiance and a shard, and suddenly it's just you're a Necrophos that can right click and combo.
It's like a. Does he still have an aura? He used to have an aura. They keep on playing with if it's
I don't know
a regular spell
on a
or
shard or something.
yeah.
So we got a Legion fishing for a kill down here by herself, and the rest of your team's mid. The problem is the rest of the enemy team is down here by the Legion, fishing to eat a Legion.
Lincoln Sphere on the Legion Commander. Is that hoping to?
That's for the charge.
Oh, for the charge.
Yeah. You'll see a lot more Lincoln Spheres in a Spirit Breaker game.
Still gets the
Legion
duel,
got the duel.
though. Gonna die from
Stun,
the.
Omni Splash, and Dead Skis. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if trading
spells.
your mid for their supports is worth it.
He's up
I
to
don't even know if it was
170
worth the roll.
damage, but yeah.
But what are you going to do with that damage? It's 32 minutes in the game. most high level games are over at this point. Like you are in the mid to late game for sure.
Yeah. And the Jug is going to outscale the Chaos Knight.
Is that true though?
I feel like Jug's a harder carry.
I mean, he is an agi hero, so I feel like that should be true. But Chaos Knight is he's got this illusions thing going on. I've seen Chaos Knights get like 3 Heart of Tarrasques before, and it's so disgusting.
You know what? He's got the Reality Rift Pierce's spell immunity, and that can be good against Jug.
Yeah, he can just bash it. Like I'm surprised he hasn't gotten a basher. He's getting an Assault Curious.
Yeah,
I don't know
that
if you
seems
need
like
a
a good
basher
choice.
Chaos Knight.
Do your illusions don't proc bash, do they?
Your illusions don't do what?
Proc bash.
That's a good point. I don't know if they do. That's what I was saying. Like triple heart is sometimes the way to go because your illusions get all the stats that you
Yeah.
get. That's why I don't play illusion heroes. There's so many ifs, ands, or buts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Legion, can you play with your team? No, you're still trying to pick off solo people. People don't like to be solo at this point in the game. Did we see either Tormentor die yet?
Yeah, the top Tormentor died. The dire
Oh,
one. And now we
I
see
must have
the
missed
Radiant
that.
one going. It was not the Techie special.
Yeah. Problem is, so even if you don't do the techie special on the first one, you definitely have to do it on the second one because you should be high enough level. I think you only need level 2 bombs and a Kaya or level 3 bombs, and he's got a Kaya and level 2 bombs. So he could set up, it takes like 6 bombs to kill it. So if you set down 7, you put one in the middle and then you make a little hexagon around it because hexagons are the bestagons.
Yeah. Now Legion smoked here and going to bait at the 35-minute Wisdom Rune, maybe? No. Just looking for something.
So I like it when legions do all these duels and stuff, but you can farm too. It's okay. Legion's caught out. Gonna die.
Oh, yeah, they're on the
Maybe.
wrong side of the fight here. There's 2 fights going on.
Left side of the fight, we have a Spirit Breaker die. Right side of the fight, Legion does get away, so good job, Legion.
Yeah, pulled out of the fight, and can Legion make it back in to get that duel? Link
So
is ready.
Maybe Spirit Breaker. I didn't see if Legion got popped on Legion. Link duel.
I'm hearing lots of things popping. Going to lose the... No, didn't lose the duel, but loses
Does
life.
die. Did not kill his target.
Yeah, behind the tower was a little... If you could have caught them in the triangle, that would have been a lot better than taking this risky duel and
Chaos Knight
dragging the
doesn't have
team
an
with
Aegis
it.
or anything, right? So he's just got to
No.
walk off with a heart.
Yeah.
Luckily, the tower's busy with creeps and there's no glyph.
Lena catches him out. Light
Oh.
Strick. Oh,
Got him. Got them both.
run, Roxy, run.
I don't like to pick on people, but I'm always okay. After the fight, how did we lose this fight? And then if the answer is because someone dove and got greedy, like what am I supposed to say here?
Because Legion was out of position when the fight started, and then dove back into the fight in a bad position, giving this second Roshan to Jug again.
And if he goes for it, let's see if he should be able to solo it. He doesn't really need help. He is kind of slow with it though.
Yeah.
And Roach.
But I mean, Chaos is dead for 40 seconds. Legion's coming up soon.
Yeah, he should be able to do it. I mean, there's no contest here. I mean, Tide and Legion might be able to kill him, but he's got supports. He's got his 2 supports
no.
with him. So.
What happened here, Lena? Oof.
Did Lena even use Laguna Blade?
I think Laguna Blade was still down from.
No, she
Chaos
just used it.
Knight.
It's a 50-second cooldown. She
Okay.
used Laguna the techies. She's just going around e-blading Laguna. You see that? She's got an e-blade. And she's got a Lincoln, so you can't duel her. Maybe if you farmed up a little more for a halberd right now. Ugh, sorry.
I think LC is losing the mental game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, LC only has 8 stacks on Desolator at the moment, so that's not a good place to be. Because right now you should have a halberd to pop Lincoln spheres because halberds are cheaper than Lincoln spheres.
Mhm.
So you should always have one before they have their Lincolns. But if we look at net worth, Tide is super low. He's down to ogre levels. and Legion is right there below Spirit Breaker. So we have no mid for the side of Slugcats.
So with this Aegis, I'm gonna send the disrupted illusions up there.
Yeah, Disrupted Illusion. Look how much damage they're doing too.
Yeah.
It's legit. You can siege like this. It only takes 5 more waves and you got it dead. What's the cooldown on Disruption? Oh, diving under tower. Onto the stankiest target. Maybe not worth it. Tide ult on the high ground. Glyph. Lots of damage here. Nothing's dying on either side.
Yeah.
Tech
Omni
is
down.
Tide almost down. Legion Commander gonna die to Alina.
Yeah. Just
Dead
not
Legion.
finding any targets to duel.
Legion buys back. There is Dead Jug.
First life.
We're gonna buy back.
Spirit Breaker down,
Oh,
and
that was,
yeah, that was the Aegis. Lena
oh,
almost dead.
Oh, Disruption's such a good counter for that Legion.
Yeah.
Greaves keeps Legion alive. Got another buyback on Techies now. Good, nice,
This
messy,
Lena
long fight.
doing
I like
a great job just fighting from the periphery.
Yeah, and see that's what I'm saying. Like with the Radiant lineup, what you're missing is the Lena, the Sniper, the Zeus, the just backline. Like,
Yeah.
hey, if the fight goes long, you're gonna regret it.
Now we
Because the
do.
problem with hero heroes is they have to commit. And if they're winning the fight, they can push. If they're losing the fight, they have to run away. And if they're losing the fight and running away, suddenly your whole team has no pressure to push back to save you to run away, right? Because it's your back line that can safely allow you to run away. And if you have no back line, then suddenly, you know what I mean? Because every time Jug backs off, Lena's just there going, pew, 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 and making sure no one chases the Jug.
And even all of her spells alone isn't enough to even take this CK down to half health.
Yeah. I mean,
But
they
in a
initially
fight-
were not they didn't even kill him, right? In that first fight?
No, I
That
think
long
CK lived. We lost Legion and Techies, and they both bought back.
I wonder if it was the plan, though. They're like, hey, I think we can kill the CK. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it. So a high risk, high reward initiation. Or they just jumped on the closest target. If it was the high risk, high reward, then, I mean, sure, you gambled. If it was the other one, then maybe you should have planned out who you targeted better, because this CK is beefy.
You see Techies drawing on the map? Techies drawing lines saying, don't go past this line. I see you, Legion Commander. I see you with your blink dagger in the trees at the river, trying to get a duel.
Yeah. It was Legion in the top jungle with a DD and a blink dagger. That's my new version of Clue. Who fed? It was Techies in the bot lane. Ooh, Spirit Breaker goes really fast. You see that?
I love the Ags on
He
Techies.
finds the vision because he knew when they responded. I like that. It was Legion in the mid with an invis room. Come on, Legion. Let's see this. Oh no, Legion. Okay,
Oh,
I thought
oh.
Spirit Breaker was heavy Legion. There's a Lincoln's on Legion, so Legion can't be charged.
Yeah. We do have some smokes down.
We are now officially 41 minutes in. 47-minute items is the last big deal until 60 minutes. You want to play safe until 47. You want to have nice, pretty items. Ooh,
Is that,
was that a
Omni blown?
that was an Omni that got blinked? I'm confused.
Yeah, the Omni popped the Lincoln Sphere.
But he was Omniing him.
And so he teleported to him, and then it went
How did he
pew.
stop it? I'm confused.
Because he doesn't have, what's it called?
I
Like
saw-
Swift Slash?
so
No,
Legion
he doesn't have
blinked.
Swift Slash.
So, but I saw the Omni animation. Does Omni animation go off and then the Lincoln's pops?
That's what must have happened, yeah. So the Lincoln's doesn't pop, like, if you have a projectile spell, the Lincoln's doesn't pop until it gets there, like the CK stun.
Okay, and so Jug throwing himself at someone is a projectile spell. Check.
Right. That's goofy.
All right. Both teams are kind of split up here. I guess Dyer's a little closer together and Radiant's split up, but Lena does have boots of travel, so she could be somewhere.
Refresher
CK
on
Luna
Lena. Does she have enough mana to cast all of her spells twice? Yeah, she should be able to.
Refresher? 2,700? Yeah, it looks like it. She's got cheap spells. She just can't sustain a long fight.
I would think she
But
should go more right click.
I mean,
I guess they're banking on the right click from Jug, so she's leaning into the spells.
that's it's a tough call because a lot of the Dire team has a lot of armor. Well, I guess strength heroes don't have armor. Strength heroes' weakness is right clicks. Hmm. Maybe I should think about that a little more before I open my mouth. I don't know the answer here.
Strength heroes don't care as much about armor removal because they've got health.
Well, I mean, strength heroes are usually the ones that buy assault cuirasses
Okay.
because it has so much armor, and agility doesn't give them armor, so they need armor.